it's truly crazy what we're looking at. So here you have Trump 2 days before the Republican convention. He has not yet chosen a running mate. Everyone in up for consideration is a neocon except for J.D. Vance. Mm-hmm. Okay, so and so that's when the assassination attempt takes place, before Trump has chosen a running mate of a vice president. The second this shooting happens, you see a bunch of high-profile endorsements of Trump, and shortly after, all of his legal problems go away. And ultimately, in very short order, Trump becomes not just a neocon, but like the leading neocon in the world. Way more of a neocon than like Bob Kagan and Bill Kristol ever were. And so you see a complete change in Trump and in official Washington's view of Trump. Like, people who didn't like Trump endorsed Trump after this. And then you see Trump appoint the people who effectively allowed this to happen by their incompetence at best to positions of greater authority. And then you see Trump shut down the investigation into the shooting.
According to reporters...
Right? Am I... like, what the hell?
You're exactly right. And according to reporter Susan Crabtree, I guess Sean Curran is a favorite of Susie Wiles, which I don't know why Susie Wiles would have the power to keep or promote him to be Secret Service director after he was pretty much...
But it's about Trump, though. I mean, it's like if you had bodyguards who were supposed to protect you with their lives if necessary, and they allowed, again, by their incompetence at best, somebody to hit you in the ear with a .223 round, you'd say, these guys have to go. Like, you failed. Your one job is to keep a sniper from shooting at me, and you failed. But instead of doing that, Trump promotes the guy?
I have no good answer for you as far as that goes. I mean,
I'm tormented by it.
Yeah.
Especially considering what happened after, where Trump gets effortlessly elected and then becomes this crazed neocon. He becomes the one thing he said he hated. Mm-hmm. There's a total change in Trump.
It is worth mentioning that Susie Wiles and Sean Curran were both involved in what I would argue like a psyop on Trump to make him think the Iranians were out to get him. And this is after the Ryan Ruth event. They actually tell Trump that the Iranians have smuggled missiles into the country and they want to shoot down your plane, which there's absolutely no evidence for that. I mean, no actual documentation, no witnesses, no arrests were made. If that were true, the war would have started a lot earlier. But in any event, they actually put Trump on a decoy plane with...
I remember.
Yeah, they used Steve Witkoff's plane, and him, Witkoff, and Susie Wiles would ride in Witkoff's plane while the staff were serving as decoys on Trump Force One, which I'm not sure how they would feel about that. But, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like, if you look at the reporting on this, the staff would be going to Trump Force One and the Secret Service would be like, oh, keep your head down, like acting like a threat was out there. Like, it really seemed like a total psyop to me. It's bizarre.
Preparatory to this war, of course, right?
I would think so, yeah. I mean, you could make the argument that Trump was already an Iranian hawk, but, this certainly didn't help.
You can't make the argument that Trump was in favor of a regime change war with Iran, since he was explicitly against a regime change war with Iran, like, for a decade.
Yeah, that's certainly what he said. Wasn't there rumors that he was about to launch a war in the last month of like his
first term
presidency? Yeah.
Well, those were more than rumors, that he was under a lot of pressure to do that. But the fact is he didn't, and then he spent his campaign in the 2024 race arguing against regime change. We're attacking people who were in favor of it, and then he launched it, and not just launched it, but became this kind of enthusiastic tool of the government of Israel. So, I mean, maybe those are all organic changes of heart, but he's never explained how or why. And the demarcation, the change point, the pivot seems to be this shooting.
Yeah.
Who's Ryan Ruth?
Ryan Ruth was the second would-be assassin, and this happened on September 15th, 2024, just over 2 months after Butler. Trump's golfing on his Palm Beach golf course. He's on the 5th hole, and the Secret Service is doing an advance on the next hole, and an agent spots Ruth hiding in the bushes with an SKS rifle. The agent initially thinks this is a homeless guy until he sees a rifle pointing right at him. He shoots 5 times at like point blank range, about from 5 or 10 feet away, misses all 5 times, but causes Ruth to
What?
flee. Yeah. Yeah.
He missed him 5 times at close range?
And presumably the Secret Service officer had a rifle too. It's not like he pulled out his pistol or anything because he's on the advance, probably armed and ready. So,
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, another security failure.
Well, an embarrassing one, too.
Yeah, I guess he gets credit for at least not hesitating.
Yeah.
But again, the gun's pointed at him. So, but he did cause Ryan to flee, and Ryan's caught 45 minutes later in
He
another.
actually got away?
Yeah. Yeah. And so this isn't the Secret Service that caught him either. And he could have been at large. This could have been another like Tyler Robinson situation with the Kirk case, where he gets into his daughter's Nissan Xterra and speeds off. And it was actually a witness who heard the gunshots and took down Ruth's license plate and gives it to the Palm Beach sheriffs, who then put out a warning, be on the lookout for this Xterra. And Ruth is pulled over on the I-95 in another county. And this is
No way.
Yeah. Yes, again, like he had an escape plan.
Well, how did the Secret Service agent allow, if he's that close to him, why didn't he chase him down?
We've got even less details about the Secret Service's actions at Palm Beach than we do from Butler. So I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question.
So then what happens? So they arrest the guy.
And here's where the most tragic part of the whole incident happens, is that there's a bunch of traffic backed up on the I-95 due to this unexpected arrest. And a lady slams into the backed up traffic with her 3-year-old daughter in the back seat. The daughter was put into a coma and has permanent brain damage as a result. So
it would be crazy to think that Trump would stage his assassination. It would be insane. But would you really doubt if he wanted the vote that bad that he would stage the assassination? Even though I believe somebody did die, but it doesn't mean he wouldn't try to fake it. I mean, he got grazed in the ear. It's kind of like the Suge Knight thing, where it's like people are like, did he kill Pac? Did Suge Knight kill Pac? It's like, he got shot. I don't know, but it wouldn't be out of the ballpark to think that Suge Knight would do anything for money. But here's another thing too. It's a bad look on the Secret Service. It's a terrible look. It's like, dude, how are you a part of the Secret Service if it seems like everybody's getting a good, decent shot at Trump? Everybody's getting a good shot at him. I mean, the guy that could have took out the whole government if he just had a little bit of sense and he had a few grenades and not just like a knife, he could have took out the entire government. So I don't understand. Like these guys need to be retrained. The Secret Service is trash. I mean, the fact that they're getting these good shots and good looks at Trump is wild to me. Either that or it's like, bro, somebody in the Secret Service probably in the back of their mind want the shit to happen. They want the shit to happen. They want him to get killed. Maybe he's rubbing people the wrong way and they want it, because I've never seen this many cracks at a president. Like, you shouldn't even be able to get close to him. I mean, how many attempts? 3, 4 attempts on Trump? It's insane. I'm checking everybody's badge when you're going in. Like, I got to see what's going on. I got to hire somebody to see what you're doing when you're going home. I want to know, because I got to scrub your social media to make sure you're not secretly talking shit behind my back. This is wild. This is crazy. But on the flip side of that is this: Trump is too easy to buy. Mandami fooled him with the newspaper clipping. He fooled him. And Netanyahu's been trying to fool everybody. For how long has he been trying to fool every president? He tried to get Sleepy Joe Biden. Did we ever call him Sleepy Joe? But he couldn't get Sleepy Joe. So, I mean, that easy to get Trump? And he'll say anything to get a vote. So as far as like Tucker acting surprised about like, oh, he ran on no wars, no new wars, and he wasn't in neocon, and get the lobbyist party out of politics. And no, he'll say anything to get the vote. That's the sign of a great crook. He'll say anything. He's kind of like I don't know about Gavin Newsom, but he kind of strikes me as a guy that'll say anything. He'll say anything to get attention and just get the vote. Like he's the Democratic version of what Trump is. So he's kind of like a Gavin Newsom. So, but I don't really know a lot about Gavin Newsom. I know they call him Newscum over here in California, so I don't know about that. But Trump would never admit to anything anyway. He's the master of flexing everything. He's the deflector of the world. So even if he gets caught red-handed, he didn't do it. Or he'll switch it and be like, oh, the shit was good. What I did was good. You know? It sucks for a president, though. Like, what if you're a president and you avoid chaos, you never get credit. And Trump is the opposite. He fucking starts all the fires. He'll start all the fire. And if he gets lucky and puts one out, he actually tries to get credit for that. Just like this war in Iran. The Strait of Hormuz was already open. Everything was running fine. So the deal is going to be reparations for Iran so they can rebuild. $2 million tolls. So each ship's going to be $2 million. And they're going to control the Strait of Hormuz fully. And how is that a deal? Like, that's not a deal. A deal is when you already have something, you're trying to get more. It's like if, like I've said this before, like a union. If you're in a union, whenever there's a collective bargaining agreement, the union is always asking for more. They're never saying, let me concede anything. They're just asking for more stuff, whatever that may be. It's a bad look all the way around. And Trump, he's 80 years old. At the end of the day, when you're that old, there should be a maximum age that you can work and be a president of the United States. And I think the maximum age should be like 58, 60 at the most. 60 years old. Because you still got enough runway to be like, hey, I still love life and I still want to live. When you're 80, how many more years you got? 5, 6 years? You don't got that many years left. Especially he's not in the greatest shape, so he don't have that many years left. So what the fuck does he care what he does to the country? He don't care. He doesn't give a shit, So that's why you need to you need to have a certain age, and I think you need to be young, a younger president, 30, 32. Your mind is fresh. You've seen the people. You've interacted. You know what the people want because you've actually were there. You've seen people. You haven't lived long enough to make millions of dollars to where you're disconnected with the people. So you're close enough in range to the regular person. So you got to be proximity. You have to be in direct proximity to the people that you're actually trying to service. Because you're at the end of the day, you're a public servant. So you have to be someone where people can relate to you. But you don't want to be too old where you're disconnected either. And Trump is way too disconnected. This is what happened to Joe Biden. He's very qualified. He got old. And he looked bad when he got old. So, he got washed in a debate with Trump. I don't think Trump beats anybody in the debate. He got washed by Kamala Harris. So what does that make it? So anyways, that's my little rant. So, like, follow, subscribe, bang that notification. Let's go.